Caitlin, this is yours? Okay, okay. So you're going to present the Michael Fleming Award for, let me see, Dr. Hassan. Yeah.
Dr. Amar Hassan.
Yeah. Amar San.
Amar Hassan.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when I do present it, Dr. Ford is going to come give the award because it's her day.
Okay, you're going to stay up here now?
I'm going to stay up here and she's going to present the award.
Okay, and then...
Yeah, this one, the fourth, because it's her day.
Who's doing this one?
I'm doing this one and I'm doing this one.
Oh, you're calling out both of them?
Right, calling, but and I'll present this one, but she will give the other one. So when then you'll come up to the you want to come up and talk about the proposal? I was going to say some stuff about
So why don't I call you both up for this one?
Okay.
So I'm going to call you up to give out the Michael O. Fleming MD Family Practice Award.
Okay.
Then you come up here. And then now, when you finish that, I'm going to say, and then now Dr. Hassan and Dr. Ford will be presenting the Arthur T. Ford III MD Chairman's Award. And on both. And that's fine. That's fine. So where are you going to be sitting? Okay. Sure. Just kind of once he starts saying this one, you can make your way, you know? Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. Okay. Good morning. What an exciting day as we celebrate these graduates. I'd just like to give them a round of applause early on. If you are parents, grandparents, siblings who supported them, please stand. We want to applaud you as well. It's a long, arduous journey, and we cannot do it without a village. So it's a collective endeavor. So again, we celebrate the graduates. Well, we celebrate you as well. So we want to go ahead and get started with the award ceremony. So what will happen is I'm going to MC this. I'm Dr. Peggy Murphy in Student Affairs. I just want to introduce my team to you, Dr. Debbie Chandler and Laura Grayson and Kim Voorhees. So we could not do it without our team. So we thank you very much. Okay, so the first awards we're going to give are going to be the Gold Humanism Honor Society, the 2023 courting ceremony. At this time, I will call on Dr. Basada and Dr. Morris.
Hello, everyone. The Gold Humanism Honor Society is a community of medical students, physicians, and other leaders who have been selected by their peers for their compassionate care. GHHS reinforces and supports the importance of the human connection in healthcare, which is essential for the health of patients and clinicians. Founded in 2002 through a generous support of Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, the Berry Foundation, and an anonymous donor, GHHS now has more than 180 chapters in medical schools and residency programs and more than 45,000 members. Will the following members of GHHS please come up and receive your cords? Okay. First up, we have Ashley Grace Barra. Sarah Catherine Bertrand. Kerrigan Ann Murphy Bowman. Andy Lee Fontenot. Joseph Weldon Furr, Jr. Hunter Dakin Hines. Taylor Reed Johnson. Kendall Barrett Lewis. Kyle Brent Lewis. Catherine Ashley Lohr. Hannah Brooke Logan. Grace Ann McCurdy. Assad Mussarat. Meredith Eloise Nelson. Wybra J. Price III. Lauren Lindsay Rando. Brady Christopher Rice. Maggie Martin Ross. Catherine Marie Russo. Hillary Ann Savage. Alexa Marie Tafaro. And Alexandra Freddie Ann Zuring.
Okay, at this time, I will call on Dr. Morris again, who will be doing the class of 2023 courting ceremony for AOA. Dr. Morris? Yes. Yeah.
Good morning. Alpha Omega Alpha, founded in 1902 as the National Medical Honor Society. Its motto is "Be worthy to serve the suffering," as defined by William W. Root, our founder in 1902. Alpha Omega Alpha is dedicated to the belief that in the profession of medicine, we will improve care for all by recognizing high educational achievement, honoring gifted teaching, encouraging the development of leaders in academia and the community, supporting the ideals of humanism, and promoting service to others. Election to Alpha Omega Alpha is an honor signifying a lasting commitment to professionalism, leadership, scholarship, research, and community service. A lifelong honor, membership in the society confers recognition for a physician's dedication to the profession and the art of healing. Selection of a medical school class is made of 20% of the graduating class, with 10% selected as juniors and 10% selected as seniors. In addition, residents, fellows, faculty, and alumni may be selected for membership and those categories have been awarded membership earlier this spring and given their cords. Today, we will be distributing the cords of green, white, and gold to graduating students or candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine, and assisting me in the process will be Dr. Christina Notoriani, who serves as our chapter's secretary-treasurer. And I'll call your names forward to come and receive your cords. The first is Ashley Grace Barris, selected as a junior. Avery Brian Bigham. And she was elected as a senior. Joshua Ray Caskey, selected as a junior. Nicholas Joseph Commerdale, elected as a junior. Carol Crochet, selected as a junior. And she served as the community service chair. Caroline Jane DeGraw, selected as a junior. And she served as the National Resident Matching Program Program Chair. Allison Danielle Desforges, selected as a junior. Edwin Dudasay, selected as a junior. Evan Falgu, selected as a senior. Andy Lee Fontenot, selected as a junior, and served as president of our chapter this year. Fatima Iqbal, selected as a senior. Taylor Reed Johnson, selected as a junior. Ahmad Kasabali, selected as a senior. Catherine Ashley Lohr, selected as a senior. Kevin Malone, selected as a senior. Grace Ann McCurdy, selected as a senior. Chandler Elizabeth Merriman, selected as a junior. Anna Grace Morris, selected as a junior. Meredith Nelson, selected as a senior. Rachel Park, selected as senior. Lauren Lindsay Rando, selected as a junior. Served as vice president. Alita Roban, selected as junior. Jessica Renee Rodriguez, selected as senior. Catherine Marie Russo, selected as junior. Hillary Savage, selected as a senior. Elise Swallow, selected as a senior. Bennett Thomas, selected as a senior. And Alexandra Freddie Ann Zarang, selected as senior. Would you please join me in giving a round of applause to our students selected for membership in Alpha Omega Alpha.
We will now move to our organizational awards. So at this time, I would like to call Dr. Notariani back, and also she's going to give the Northwest Louisiana Medical Society Award, Honor Award, and the Patty Van Hook, MD Memorial Award. Dr. Notariani.
Okay, we'll start with the Northwest Louisiana Medical Society Award. This is an honor award we take great pride in presenting each year to a special graduating senior who best exemplifies the ideals of a doctor-patient relationship. The recipient of this award is nominated by their classmates and selected by a committee of the Medical Society. This year, I'm very pleased, well, before I announce it, I'm going to give her a bio. So this recipient is the daughter, I'm not going to say that. This recipient was born and raised in Wichita Falls, Texas with her younger brother. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Petroleum Engineering from LSU before realizing her true calling was for medicine. Prior to medical school, she worked as an emergency room scribe and tirelessly devoted her studies and took courses that prepared her for her future career in medicine. While at LSUHS Shreveport, she has dedicated herself to compassionate patient care and was honored by induction into the Gold Humanism Honor Society. Additionally, she values the advancement of medical education and community service through her participation in Camp Tiger, the COVID Strike Team, SAGE Honor Society, and the Medical Curriculum Council. During her 8 years in Louisiana, she has grown to love crawfish, tiger football, and the Cajun culture. She's excited to begin her career in obstetrics and gynecology at the Ochsner Clinic Foundation in New Orleans, Louisiana. Please join me in presenting this award and congratulating the 2023 recipient, Maggie Ross. So Maggie is going to get this plaque, as well as a generous check of $500. Our second award is the Patty Van Hook, MD Memorial Award. This is also presented each year by the Medical Society in recognition of Dr. Patty Van Hook, who was the first female president of the Shreveport Medical Society and the Louisiana State Society. This award recognizes a member of the graduating class selected by a committee of the Medical Society for their support of organized medicine and/or their contributions to community service. The recipient of this award was born in New Orleans and lived there with her parents and little sister until 2015, until she graduated high school. She then left to pursue a biochemistry degree at the University of Southern Mississippi. There, she was successful completing her degree with honors, writing a thesis, all while being a member of Southern Miss dance team. After finishing college in 2019, she moved to Shreveport to attend medical school. She originally thought she wanted to pursue internal medicine, but soon realized she had a passion specifically for women's health and was set on becoming an OB-GYN ever since. During medical school, she was a member of AHEC, Science Matters, AOA, and AMWA. Outside of medicine, she enjoys game nights and movie nights with her friends, as well as the occasional spin class. She enjoys spending time with her significant other and his dog that she claims as her own. She says she has had an amazing time at medical school and has met some of the greatest people. It is bittersweet, but she's excited to be returning home to her family and her parents' dogs in New Orleans after 8 years to be an OB-GYN resident at Ochsner Clinic Foundation. Join me in congratulating the recipient of the 2023 Patty Van Hook Memorial Award, Caroline DeGraw. She will also get this plaque and a check of $500.
I will now call on Dr. Basada, who will be presenting the 2023 Leonard Tao Humanism Award in Medicine.
The Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Award, presented by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, recognizes graduating medical students and faculty members who are exemplars of humanism in care of patients. Participating medical schools will select one graduating medical student and one faculty member each year. The award includes a certificate and a check for $500. They also become inducted as lifelong members in the Gold Humanism Honor Society. So I'm going to start with our student winner. And this is Asad Masrat. Assad was born in November 1996 in Hammond, Louisiana, and raised in Ponchatoula before moving to Mandeville in 2010. He is the youngest child of Farah and Pervez Maserat and the youngest siblings of Neha and Hahad Maserat, who have both graduated from this school. He attended Baylor University for undergrad and earned a degree in Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience. Things that Assad loves are watching sports, exploring new places to eat, playing basketball, and spending time with friends and family. Assad's inspiration for medicine stems from his love for math and sciences, his community service experience, and from his personal experience in medicine taking care of his family. What motivates Assad to be a better person, let alone a doctor, is the kindness and support people had offered him and his family during their own struggles, and he feels he owes it to the community to do the same for those who need it. Assad has matched into internal medicine at LSU New Orleans, where he will be close with his family and still get his desired training. And then next, I will present the Faculty Award, who she unfortunately could not be here today, but I'll just say a few brief words about her. It's Dr. Sarwat Umar. Yes. Dr. Umar graduated from King Edward Medical University in Pakistan in 1997. She received training in combined medicine pediatrics from LSU Health Shreveport and completed her fellowship in adult rheumatology at LSU Health Shreveport, excellence for arthritis and rheumatology. She has further advanced her skills with another year of clinical fellowship and training in pediatric rheumatology at UT Southwestern in Dallas, Texas. She is board certified in internal medicine and pediatric rheumatology. Dr. Umar currently serves as the Rheumatology Clinical Director at LSU Health Science Shreveport's Center of Excellence for Arthritis and Rheumatology and provides consultation services to Shriners Hospital for Children. She treats pediatric patients from the entire Northwest Louisiana and neighboring states. She provides care for patients with juvenile arthritis, pediatric lupus, scleroderma, vasculitis, uveitis, juvenile sarcoidosis, and autoinflammatory syndromes. So please give Dr. Umar a round of applause.
Dr. Umar's child is graduating in about an hour, so she's at the convention center. So we will get to see her shortly at the rehearsal, so y'all can personally congratulate her and thank her for all she does to help you and help our patients. All right, so now we will move to departmental awards. I will first call upon Psychiatry, Dr. Patterson, who will be presenting the John W. Bick Jr. MD Award in Psychiatry and the William A. McBride Award.
Good morning, everyone. In case you're wondering why psychiatry is first, it's because we're special. No, truthfully, it's because we always have grand rounds on Friday at noon and things kind of bump together. I can see Keith White just once, so yeah, you're special, okay. Anyway, I am here to present to you today 2 awards. The first one goes, well, let's just start with this. The Bick Award is from Louisiana Psychiatric Medical Association. It is for distinction and excellence in the field of psychiatry and behavioral medicine. And this year's award goes to, I'm just going to say this because when we start reading this, she's going to know who it is. And she can come on up. This year's award goes to Siobhan Temple. Siobhan is an accomplished medical student from New Orleans, Louisiana, and is passionate about healthcare reform, social justice, mental health awareness. She obtained her Bachelor's of Science degree from Xavier University of Louisiana in 2013. Before matriculating to med school, Siobhan worked closely with the community to address healthcare disparities. She worked as an HIV education program coordinator to help lower the HIV and AIDS incidence rates in Louisiana through education and advocating for insurance policy changes. She provided cost-free tutorship to children from marginalized communities enrolled in STEM programs in the New Orleans area. Throughout her medical school journey, Siobhan served as the president of the Student National Medical Organization, the Task Force Ambassador for the Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee, Director of Communications for Medical Students for Choice, and was an Area Health Education Center Scholar. That's AHEC. She has also worked very closely with the Office of Diversity Affairs, and I saw them hugging earlier. Where's Tony? There she is. Yes. At LSU Shreveport with their pipeline programs to increase the representation of Black and African American representation at our institution. Siobhan recently matched at Authority Health in Detroit, Michigan, where she will begin her career in psychiatry and continue her zealous advocacy and community engagement efforts. So I'd like everyone to applaud for Siobhan Temple. This comes with not only a certificate and a plaque, but also a very nice check. And let's go ahead and take a picture. Here you go. The second award that psychiatry has to present, and there are three, Dr. Ford is doing the next one, is the William A. McBride Award. Dr. McBride was a psychiatrist here in town, and this award is for representing the highest ideals and principles of psychiatry and behavioral medicine. This year's award goes to Peyton Mangum. Peyton? Peyton was born and raised in Baton Rouge, where he graduated from Central High School. He was awarded the President's Scholarship to attend Louisiana Tech University and graduated cum laude and received his Bachelor's of Science degree in biology with a minor in chemistry. He matriculated into medical school at LSUHS Shreveport. During medical schools, Peyton served in several leadership positions and became interested in psychiatry after his third-year clerkship, hopefully with me. Peyton is excited to begin his psychiatric residency right here at LSUHS Shreveport in July. Peyton? Here you go. This also comes with a nice check. Here you go. Thank y'all very much.
Oh, different way. Oh, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I will now call on Dr. Juliana Fort, who will also present a psychiatry award. This award is called CREATE, and it stands for Community Resilience, Experiencing the Arts Through Engagement. Dr. Fort.
Hello. So I actually created this award because the student inspired me. That's how it started out. So he had talked with Dr. McPherson about trying to do some wellness activities with the students, and we kind of tweaked it around, and he was a partner, and we made it very interactive and did like role play, which is part of drama and the arts. So Justin Harden, come on up. Okay. He's an outstanding individual whose passions for psychiatry, mental health, and advocacy are easily palpable and moving. It makes me want to cry right now, okay? He really is. He's done so much with the students, both the third year and fourth year. He received his Bachelor of Science degree from Louisiana State University in Shreveport in 2007. And before attending medical school, he worked as a manager of a clinic offering genetic counseling and testing for cancer patients and their families. Throughout his medical school career, he's shown a commitment towards community service, through his work with the Shreveport AIDS and HIV Resource Facility, the Philadelphia Center, and the various aspects of AHEC. He's held leadership roles in various organizations, including our PsychAssign interest group, Student National Medical Association, and Medical Students for Choice. He's had a dedication towards innovation, creating mental health survey during the middle of the COVID to create a support plan for the fourth-year students and help them with the match SOAP process. He's going to be matching at the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson, Mississippi, where there's a really, I've reassured him, even though we'd love to have him here, there's actually a really cool guy over there. So I think he's going to do great things over there. And we fundraised to get you a big old check in addition to everything else.
Okay, we will move to emergency medicine. Dr. Arnold will be presenting the Department of Emergency Medicine Faculty Award and the Society of Academic Emergency Medicine Excellence in Emergency Medicine Award. Or Dr. Felty? Yes. Yes, come on up.
Yes, I'm not Dr. Felty. Dr. Arnold's in a professional meeting in Austin, Texas this week, and so I am John Felty, one of the faculty members of the Department of Emergency Medicine. Let me start by saying that I have 2 awards to present today, and each of those come with a very frameable certificate, but also a $1,500 check for each person. And these funds are raised by our faculty, each of our faculty members who contributed. So the first award is the Society of Academic Emergency Medicine Academic Excellence Award, and this is given to a graduating senior going into emergency medicine who has demonstrated the highest level of academic achievement in emergency medicine based on overall academic success and rotation evaluations in our emergency department. It also comes with a 1-year membership to SAM, the society, as well as her name will be published in the journal Academic Emergency Medicine, being recognized for that. And this awardee is unfortunately going to train in South Carolina in Greenville, but we're pretty confident after the 3-year training that we'll for sure be recruiting her to come back to this institution to be on faculty. And this year's recipient of the SAEM Academic Excellence Award is Avery Bingham. All right, the second award is the Faculty Award for the student in emergency medicine who most exemplifies our core values of our residency program, which are honesty, kindness, and just plain old-fashioned hard work. We're happy to announce that this recipient will be staying with us in our program, and this year's recipient of the Emergency Medicine Faculty Award goes to Colby Hansen. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to call upon family medicine, Dr. Hassan. He will be presenting the Michael O. Fleming, MD Family Practice Award. And then we will have Dr. Hassan and Dr. Fort, who will be presenting the Department of Family Medicine Arthur T. Fort III, MD Chairman's Award. Dr. Hassan. Yeah.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm instead of Dr. Seidenberg, who's our chairman, who's a great individual. He really wanted to be here, but he couldn't because his son is actually graduating as well today. So the first award I'm going to be giving is the Michael O. Fleming Award, and it's in honor of Dr. Fleming becoming the American Academy of Family Medicine president in 1987. Dr. Fleming was an amazing individual, is an amazing individual, and he started the family doctor's practice in 1978. And from that practice, there's 11 active family medicine doctors who are a part of the family medicine department as well as LSU. And this award is an award that is given to a senior medical student who has been outstanding in the field of family medicine and who has been accepted in the family medicine residency program. The student must have shown active student leadership in family medicine actively and outstanding leadership as well as scholarly accomplishments. So without further ado, I would like to call Dr. Sam Taylor. So, I'm actually the Family Medicine Interest Group advisor, and this individual I know very intimately, and he is actually the Family Medicine Interest Group president. So I've worked very intimately with him. He is very active in family medicine. He has a strong interest in primary care and family medicine. He is an individual that has gone above and beyond spreading the interest of family medicine. And he has gotten his fellow classmates together, and I respect him for his dedication and hard work, and I know he's going to be a great family medicine practitioner. And Dr. Sam Taylor is going to self-regional in Greenwood, South Carolina. He gets some money and a plaque. No problem. So the next award that we're presenting is the Department of Family Medicine, the Arthur T. Fort Award. And with me is Dr. Juliana Fort, who is actually the daughter of Dr. Fort, right? So it's a great honor that she's standing here with me. And Dr. Fort was one of our chairmen, and he was an amazing individual. Whoever I have talked to has nothing but respect for him. The amount that he has done for the department and for the residents that were underneath him was amazing. When I asked one of the residents, tell me something about Dr. Fort, they said, one time I had to go do a surgery. Now this is a chairman, right? I had to go do a surgery, and Dr. Fort, he took my pager, and I had to go for a surgery for one of my loved ones. So he took her pager and actually did her call for him in the hospital. This is the type of individual he is. Every person that he's touched genuinely. You know, be it a janitor, be it a staff member, be it one of his faculty, and he's left such a imprint and such a high standard. And Dr. Fort, would you like to say a few words?
I don't have too much to add other than I would see him like hugging the janitors in the hall. He was actually like friends with them because so he kind of treated everybody the same. I'm not quite as good at that, but I'm like working on it. It's like a lifelong process. And his favorite thing was to give dopamine hugs and kind of like rub your back and say, this is helping your dopamine. So thank you.
So the individual that this award goes to, I think I forgot his name. Let me see. No, I know his name. So this individual, I'm going to call him up, but a little bit about him. He was raised in West Monroe. He graduated valedictorian from West Monroe in 2014 at his high school. He has been a joy to work with. Just like Sam Taylor, I've worked with this individual very intimately from beginning to end. I was his advisor, or actually still am his advisor, and he was is a part of Family Medicine Interest Group. He's actually the vice president. So he's worked with Sam as well as all the other medical students to further family medicine. He's worked tirelessly, is that the word? Yeah. Sorry, English is not my first language. Tirelessly, embodying what a family medicine medical student as well as a physician should be. So without any further ado, Dr. John Cox, please come. So John is actually staying and is going to be one of our interns in the Department of Family Medicine.
Yes, it is. Thanks for all your kind words.
At this time, I'll call on Dr. Rayleigh. Yes, okay. Who will be given the John Haynes Country Doctorate Award.
Good morning. I'm here today to present the Dr. John Haynes Country Doctor Award. Dr. Haynes was a rural family medicine doctor who practiced at North Caddo Medical Center up in Vivian for over 50 years, starting in 1966. He was known for providing full-service rural health care, including clinic, hospital work, emergency care, obstetrics, and even doing general surgery procedures out there. He founded the Rural Family Medicine program in Vivian, where I trained, and has helped to train many medical students and residents through the years. Dr. Haynes directly influenced generations of doctors, nurses, and other healthcare providers, especially up in Vivian. It was my honor to train under him myself. No matter what, Dr. Haynes was always there. He would eat lunch with us residents every day, talk over a patient anytime, day or night. He'd even take a call during the night, even if he wasn't our attending on call. He would drive to the hospital anytime if we needed help. This year's winner is a medical student who is excited to pursue family medicine and will be joining the Rural Family Medicine program up in Vivian. I know he will exemplify everything that Dr. Haynes envisioned in a country doctor, providing all-around care in a compassionate way. I'm happy to give this award to Dr. Christian Nguyen. Congratulations.
Okay, we'll move to internal medicine. Dr. Eaton. He will be giving the Department of Medicine Award for Outstanding Performance and the ACP Award for Excellence in Medicine. Dr. Eaton.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of the seniors on finishing a very tough journey, and look forward to seeing what all of you are able to do in the future. So I'm giving out 2 awards. The first is the Department of Medicine Award for Outstanding Performance. This award is given to a student who is pursuing internal medicine or medicine pediatrics, who best embodies the characteristics essential to excellence in practicing internal medicine. The winner of this award certainly embodies these characteristics and many more. This person was raised with the motto of others first and has continued to live that during his time in medical school. Although he's not always lived here, he and his family have made Shreveport home. He hopes to one day work in academics in order to teach the next generation, and through that teaching have an impact on the lives of thousands of patients. Fortunately for us, he will be staying here in Shreveport to complete his residency in internal medicine, and the winner of this award is Jacob McDowell. He gets money too, we just don't have it yet. The second award is the ACP Award for Excellence in Medicine. This award is sponsored by the Louisiana chapter of the American College of Physicians. It is given to an individual pursuing a residency in internal medicine and medicine pediatrics and excelled academically during their medicine clerkship. This individual is originally from this area and has lived in Northwest Louisiana for her entire life. Though she went away, quote unquote, for college, she decided to come back home for medical school. Being close to home is important to her, and fortunately for us, she, along with her husband, will be staying here in Shreveport so that she can complete her residency in medicine pediatrics at LSUHS Shreveport, and the winner of this award is Hannah Logan.
Okay, at this time, I'll call on Dr. Notariani again, who will be given the Neurosurgery Departmental Award. It is the Donald R. Smith Award for Excellence in Neurosurgery.
Third time's a charm. The Donald R. Smith Award is given by our department to a graduating medical student who embodies outstanding commitment to the field of neurosurgery throughout his or her medical education. A little bit about Dr. Donald Smith. He is our senior partner. He joined the medical school staff in 1977 and established the first neurosurgical service here at LSUHS Shreveport. Dr. Smith exhibits selfless dedication to the field of neurosurgery in both patient care and education to students and residents. He also exhibits patience, kindness, and is a master of surgical techniques and continues to embrace advancing technology in our field. Our residents consider him a role model and an invaluable teacher. For these reasons, we chose to honor him and a medical student who embodies this type of outstanding commitment to the field of neurosurgery. As the first recipient of this award in 2003, I'm pleased to recognize this year's recipient, Josh Kasky. So a little bit about Josh as he comes up here. He is the son of Buddy and Lisa Kasky, a native of Benton, Louisiana. With the support from his parents and his 2 brothers, Logan and Aaron, he followed his passion for learning, first as valedictorian of Benton High School, then as summa cum laude and university medalist at LSU with a degree in biochemistry. During college, Josh was actively involved in global health initiatives and founded a student organization serving the homeless population in Baton Rouge. He followed this affinity for servitude as he matriculated to LSU Medical School, during which he has sustained a passion for performance, presiding over the student running club, participating in local competitive cycling team, and competing several triathlons during this period. I don't know how you did that during medical school. I had to study the whole time. In addition to these, he was heavily involved in the neurosurgery interest group, and really from day one in our department, he really served as a mentor and support to younger medical students. You're an older medical student now. And he's really had a true passion for neurosurgery. And so we have just really been honored to have him working with us. So he enjoys spending his free time when he's not cycling and doing all these wonderful things with his wife, Sydney, and their 2 dogs. Unfortunately, he is going to residency in Ascension, Providence, and Detroit, Michigan, which we know he's going to do amazing things, and we are so proud of you, and we know there's more successes to come.
I will now call on Dr. Tim Hart, who will be presenting the H.E. Thompson, M.D. Memorial Award for Excellence in Obstetrics and Gynecology. Dr. Hart.
Good afternoon. I'm easily the oldest man here, but these new graduates make you feel a little older too, since I did it 50 years ago. Dr. Thompson, Horace Thompson, was chair of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology long after I had finished, but he was quite a man. And a lot of people don't know how much of the research in real-time sonography was done by this man and one other guy in Colorado. And in the old days, ultrasound for obstetrics was with grayscale. So you sort of painted a picture. It looked like the test screen on a TV just to see the head. That's all you could see. No motion or anything like that. But when he arrived here, we saw the first real-time ultrasound machine, which everybody in here who's had children knows that you get about 3 of them, no matter what. Anyway, the young lady that is the recipient of this award, I had the pleasure of having in the continuity clinic. And I immediately recognized her enthusiasm and her work ethic. And she grew up in a little small town where we used to go fishing on Toledo Bend, Manny. And her name is Kaylee Leach. Hey, Kaylee, come on up here. This plaque is for excellence in obstetrics and gynecology, presented to Kaylee Leach in 2023. Besides suitable for hanging, there's a check that's associated with it. I don't know how far it'll go in this economy, Kaylee.
Okay, now we'll move to ophthalmology. Dr. Bird will be presenting the Excellence in Ophthalmology Award, the John W. Henderson.
You may or may not recognize me. I'm not Dr. Bill Bird. I'm Dr. Langford from the Ophthalmology Department. It's my privilege to be here with you today. Let me just say a few things about John W. Henderson. The reason why we give the award to our medical student who has accomplished great things. John W. Henderson After serving in the Army Medical Corps, he joined the Mayo Medical Clinic Consultant Office and the University of Minnesota Graduate School as an Associate Professor of Ophthalmology. From 1961 until his Mayo Clinic retirement in 1977, he chaired the Department of Ophthalmology and was a professor of ophthalmology at the Mayo Medical School. In 1981, he came out of retirement to become professor of ophthalmology at the LSU Medical Center and chief of the section of ophthalmology at the Overton Brooks VA Medical Center. He retired from that position in 1988. He was a member of numerous professional societies, received 2 honorary degrees, and published more than 100 articles in various medical journals. His textbook, Orbital Tumors, was initially published in 1973 and has gone through 3 different revisions and editions. He and his wife, Nadine, were surrogate grandparents to our residents during those times when he was there. It was endeared to them. And so they have created this award, which honors special medical students for their outstanding achievements. This convocation provides another opportunity to honor them, as in behalf of the chairman of our department, Dr. Bird, who is addressing a squamous cell carcinoma at the moment, I think, what my last words were, extracting it, not creating it. And our faculty, which it's an honor for me to be able to recognize this year's outstanding senior medical student in ophthalmology. The award recognizes academic achievement, hard work, and compassion for their patients. On a more personal note, this year's recipient is from North Louisiana, South Arkansas area. Prior to medical school, the recipient was a school teacher, and for the last 9 years has lived in Shreveport with her husband, Michael, and their dog, Bishop. While not at work, our recipient enjoys traveling, rock climbing with Michael, and spending time with friends and raising her new son, Ezra. Would you please give a rousing applause for this year's recipient, Hillary Ann Savage. We are happy to say that Hillary has been matched here and will be with us for her residency.
I will now call upon Dr. Zhang, who will be giving 2 awards, the Orthopedic Surgery Outstanding Student Award and also the Dr. David and Sharon Waddell Award for Orthopedic Excellence. Dr. Zhang.
All right. First of all, I want to congratulate all the graduating seniors. It's a great accomplishment, and I remember this day very fondly myself. I'm Andrew Zhang. I'm with the Department of Orthopedic Surgery. We have 2 awards to give out today. So the first one is an award given by our department that recognizes a graduating 4th-year medical student that best exemplifies our values of our department, as well as their ability, as well as potential in the field of orthopedic surgery. So this award goes to Garrett Fincher. So Garrett was born and raised in Shreveport. He's the older brother to 2 siblings. He attended Louisiana Tech University for his undergraduate studies, where he majored in biology, and then received his master's degree in biomedical sciences from Mississippi College before beginning medical school back in Shreveport. Garrett's also served as the interim director of youth ministries at his church during a gap year, and in his spare time, he enjoys spending time with his family, watching his brother play baseball at Louisiana Tech, duck hunting, and hiking. Garrett also enjoys spending time with his fiancee, Bailey, who he will be marrying this June, and who has helped to make his medical school experience so much better. Garrett is grateful to have been introduced to the field of orthopedic surgery by his father, who is a physical therapist, at a very young age, and to have grown up around sports medicine, orthopedics, and rehabilitation. Because of this, he was able to see the significant impact that orthopedic surgery and proper rehabilitation can have on a patient's quality of life, and decided to pursue orthopedic surgery while in college. Throughout medical school, he has been involved with the Department of Orthopedic Surgery, helping with physicals or participating in research, and is incredibly excited to be staying here, as are we, in Shreveport for his residency. It's my privilege to award this to Garrett Fincher. So the next award that we'll be presenting is the Dr. David and Sharon Waddell Award for Orthopedic Excellence. I believe they're here in the audience today. If we can have them come up as well. All right, so the Dr. David and Sharon Waddell Award for Orthopedic Excellence recognizes a graduating medical student enrolled in the School of Medicine at LSU Health in Shreveport who has matched into its orthopedic surgery residency. The recipient is a high-achieving student as determined by medical school grade point average and, if available, the USMLE examination scores. Dr. Sharon and Dr. Waddell, who just recently retired from a distinguished career as an orthopedic surgeon here in Shreveport, generously started this award to recognize and celebrate homegrown orthopedic talent. This year's second annual award is awarded to Landon Tujak. So Landon is the son of Dr. Graham and Kelly Tujak and the older brother to Roman Tujak. He was born in Baton Rouge and attended Catholic high schools growing up. And after graduating from Catholic high school, he attended LSU in Baton Rouge. He decided to stay in Baton Rouge for college since he didn't want to leave his friends and beloved LSU sports teams. He made the decision that he wanted to go to medical school early on in life because of the influence of his father and grandfather had on him, since they were also physicians. He attended LSUHS in Shreveport for medical school and achieved his goal of matching into orthopedic surgery in Shreveport with the hope of taking care of high-profile athletes in the near future, and hopefully me one day. So it's my distinguished privilege to present this to Landon Tujak.
Okay, I'll now call on Dr. Yim, who is going to be presenting the Otolaryngology Department Award. It is the Cheryl Clark Lyles Outstanding Student Award in Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery Research. Dr. Yim.
Good afternoon, everyone. This award is named after Dr. Cheryl Clark, who was our department lab manager when she was diagnosed with cancer. And she was actually in the middle of completing her PhD as well. She was a very dedicated individual and did not miss a day of work while getting her chemotherapy transfusions. She continued to help medical students and residents rotating through our lab to the very end of her life. As she was a mentor for so many students that rotated in our department, we have an award in her honor for the Best Medical Student Award for Outstanding Medical Student who has performed well in research and made a significant contribution to our department and our field. I'm very pleased to announce the award this year goes to Andy Fontenot. Andy was born and raised in Ville Platte, Louisiana. She attended college at LSU, where she majored in biological sciences. And then since coming to medical school, Andy has worked with our department for a number of years and has been very productive both clinically and in research. Every year, ENT is one of the most competitive specialties to match into, and it is a testament to Andy's accomplishments that she was overwhelmed with interview invites from all over the country and was in a position of actually having to turn them down. She matched into Otolaryngology residency at Emory University, which is one of the premier programs in the country. Congratulations, Andy.
So we're now going to give some pediatric awards. I call on Dr. Mahana. And first, the first award will be the Dr. Amy Ashford Yates Memorial Award in Pediatrics, then the Ralph W. Balcom Jr. MD Award, and the Robert T. Lucas Award. Our first award, Dr. Amy Ashford Yates Memorial Award, I'll call on her father to come up, John Ashford. I would like to say I had the opportunity and pleasure and honor to know Amy when she was a student here. Students, you would have enjoyed her being your classmate and your future colleague. So I'm honored to have known her.
Good morning, or afternoon, I should say. It's an honor to be up here today to give you a little background on Amy. I'm not a speaker per se. I'm sort of an introvert when I'm especially around strangers. But I want to first say congratulations to all these students. I personally know of the hard work that y'all put in for these last 4 or 5 years that y'all put in. I woke up this morning about 2:30, couldn't go back to sleep. Things started running through my mind about Amy, and just different thoughts and all kept coming, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So finally I got up out of the bed, and I wrote a few notes about it that I wanted to share with y'all. My wife Connie thinks about and grieves Amy daily. I don't talk or think about Amy very much, to her dismay. However, I felt God wanted me to share some words with about Amy with you. 18 years ago, we were sitting in this very room for this convocation. We were especially so very proud of Amy that day for many reasons. Amy had a lot of character, which this memorial gift reflects. When Amy was 5 or 6 years old, maybe even 4, we were at Women's Hospital in Baton Rouge for the birth of one of her cousins. As we was looking through the nursery room glass at all the newborns, she asked her mother, how could she get back there with those babies? Her mama told her she had to be a doctor or a nurse. Then a few years later, Amy got to know one of her third cousins, who was 5 or 6 years old, battling for her life with cancer. She was getting treatment at St. Jude and a fledgling satellite St. Jude clinic in Baton Rouge. As sick as this child was, she was very happy, smart, and wise. She knew everything about her disease, her treatment, and how to even flush her tubes. One last hope for her was a marrow transplant, but she had to reach certain criteria. However, this child knew that she would not live to see that day. She died at a very young age at 7, but had lived a full life, not feeling sorry for herself. Through her life, she touched very many people, family, friends, strangers. This also had an impact on Amy. She knew she wanted to work with children, especially in pediatric oncology. After her college graduation from LSU in Baton Rouge, she had the opportunity through a program to work at St. Jude for the summer. So while waiting for admission to a medical school, she worked with a researcher at St. Jude. At the end of the summer, the researcher told Amy that she had secured additional grant money to keep her on for a year. So Amy stayed a full year at St. Jude working in cancer research. She even had her name published in the medical journal as an assistant with the research. Amy was then accepted here at LSUHS Shreveport. Two things appealed to her about this school: almost immediate contact with patients, and the very beginning of a program which to teach and train future doctors how to have good bedside manner, compassion, and empathy for her patients. Amy had empathy and compassion for patients, especially children. Amy wanted to have several children of her own and to adopt children from her other countries. She and her husband went to a medical mission trip, and she did treatment while her husband witnessed for the Lord Jesus Christ. All was going so well for her, and our excitement for her was growing with each passing day. But all of that was about to change at the beginning of her senior year in the last week of October 2004. After a month-long rotation at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital in Memphis, she was on her way back to Shreveport. She had a very bad headache, but she thought it was from sinus. She noticed as she was traveling that cars were blowing their horn at her, but she didn't know why. A 5-hour trip from Memphis to Shreveport took about 7 or 8 hours for her to get here. When she got home, she was so tired and sick that her husband had to carry her from the vehicle to the bed. She stayed in the bed all weekend, taking medicine for what she thought was sinus. Monday morning, she felt much better. She knew she needed to see an ophthalmologist for a vision check and get a new pair of contacts before she went into her residency. She was miraculously able to get an appointment for that very day. She was leaving the doctor's office when suddenly the nurse called her back to the back. The nurse had remembered some things that Amy had discussed with her and the nurse mentioned it to the doctor. After a more thorough exam, it was discovered that she had no left peripheral vision. She was immediately sent to the emergency room where it was discovered that she had a mass on her brain. She was immediately checked into LSU Medical. Dr. Nanda, a neurosurgeon and professor here at the time, and whom she respected and admired, was boarding a flight for some country for a conference when he received a call that one of her students needed his help. Dr. Nanda told us that he immediately thought of Amy and went straight to the hospital. A fully encapsulated tumor the size of a baseball was successfully removed. We were all excited and expectant of a full recovery. However, pathology revealed that she had a rare but very aggressive gliosarcoma. She was given 5% chance of survival. She was determined to walk across that stage to take that degree in her hand. She began treatment following the Duke Medical Experimental Protocol here at the Cancer Center. She never stopped her classwork and rotations. In January 2004, I went with her to Duke Medical for evaluations, and it was discovered that her tumor was returning. Amy did manage to walk across that stage in May 18 years ago and got that doctorate in her hand. The next day, we moved Amy and her husband to Memphis, where she was to begin her residency at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. June of 2005, Amy went through a second brain surgery at Duke Medical, where they removed another baseball-sized tumor. And during that surgery, they implanted an experimental radioactive seed. Amy told her mother that she knew that all of this experimental treatment would not save her life. but she believed it would help save someone else in the future. She willingly and selfishly gave herself as a human guinea pig to help others. Amy died on August 3rd, 2005, at the age of 27, the very week she was to begin her residency at La Bonheur. Amy's life can be summed up in these words: compassionate, empathetic, loving, giving, determined, kind, selfish, sacrificial. My wife, even today, questions why Amy's life was taken so soon before she could practice one day of medicine. I believe that she had finished the course that God had set her on. She had accomplished so much more than that. This memorial award is those small in monetary terms in comparison to some of the others that will be presented today, is not in comparison to what the award truly means. This award is larger than money. It is giving to the graduate in pediatrics that embodies all the aforementioned characteristics of Amy. It also reminds us that life on this earth is very short and can be snuffed out in the blink of an eye. That is why we are to live our lives to the fullest every waking day and not think of ourselves but of others. We all matter in this world, even if we think we are insignificant. Therefore, it is fitting today, on May 19th, Amy's 45th birthday on earth, that this award is being presented in her honor. I'd now like to give the podium to Dr. Mana for a presentation of the award.
Well, thank you very much for this touching speech. That is wonderful. And for this award that I've presented last year and the year before last year. And this is my first time having the privilege to meet you and your wife. God bless. This year's award consists of a plaque and a check. And the recipient of this year's, Amy Ashford Yates Memorial Award in Pediatrics is going to be given to Meredith Nelson, who will be pursuing her residency in pediatrics at UAB, at the University of Alabama Medical Center in Alabama. The second award is Ralph Bauckham Jr. MD Award. Dr. Bauckham, a pediatric cardiologist, was one of the original members of the faculty of the Health Science Center. He was a talented clinician, an excellent teacher, an enthusiastic advocate for students and residents. For many years, he served as the chair of the admissions committee. Dr. Bauckham took an active and personal interest in helping students and residents achieve their goals. He always reminded students of the importance of commitment to their profession and the need to balance work and family for a successful career, way before the work-life balance that we all believe in today. Dr. Bauckham's family established his award in his honor. The Baucom's Award is given annually to a fourth-year medical student, chosen primarily based on merit, as reflected by grades, performance on pediatric rotations, involvement in clinical or basic research, participation in volunteer activities, and any of other measures of academic or clinical skills, and/or leadership roles deemed appropriate by the faculty of the Department of Pediatrics. The award consists of a plaque and a check, and this year's Baucom Award recipient is Sydney Escott. Who we also lost to the University of Alabama, UAB. Oh, it's a great program. Don't be sorry. But we kept one. And this is the third award that is the Robert T. Lucas Award. The award honors Dr. Lucas, a pediatrician who practiced over 50 years in the Shreveport area. Dr. Lucas was a leader in improving the care of children locally and throughout the state. He served as a teaching physician on the medical staff of LSU Medical School here at Shreveport. The Lucas Award is sponsored by the Northwest Louisiana Pediatric Society, and it's given to the senior student who, in an opinion of the faculty of the Department of Pediatrics, has shown the most interest, enthusiasm, and appreciation of the specialty of pediatrics. Again, the award consists of a plaque and a check for keep it down. The recipient of this year's Dr. Lucas Award is Hannah Logan. Who will be staying with us here at LSU for Met Peds. Congratulations.
I will now call upon Dr. Keith White, who will be giving the Excellence in Surgery Award. Dr. White.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Welcome. Good afternoon. And I will tell the parents and the families you have a lot to be proud of. These are some of the best students in our institution. I have mentored and recruited many of them and spent hours trying to help them along the way. This Excellent in Surgery Award goes to the student, and usually it's the surgery resident or the surgery student that's going into surgery. It's the highest kind of the comprehensive exam scores and the things that make up the rotation itself. But this year I had to give it to a non-surgeon because the scores were just tremendous. I was really impressed with that, so I decided to take it off its usual track and put it into the hands of a worthy candidate. I will tell you, when you go through the Department of Surgery rotation, which is near 3 months now, it's going to be 2 months next year because of the tough nature of it. They are scored according to their shelf exam, which is a very difficult exam at the end of the rotation. They have 2 electives. They have 2 core structures. They're changing dressings. They're in the operating room, doing a lot of manual labor. They're consoling patients and offering and helping at every level surgical care. So we appreciate what you've done. Sometimes that's not iterated, but I can tell you the health care that you render to our patients is extremely important. So this year, as recipient is very worthy and made a 95.5 conglomerate score, which is almost unheard of. So congratulations. The award consists of a $1,000 check and a nice little plaque here that you can put in your, or I should say, a certificate. And this goes to Chandler Elizabeth Merriman. Chandler was raised in Shreveport along with her two older sisters in high school. She realized her budding interest in science and studied Helicobacter pylori under the mentorship of Dr. David McGee here at LSU. This experience encouraged her to pursue medicine and study biochemistry while she was at the University of Arkansas. Chandler loves being able to spend her last 4 years here in Shreveport with her family and is very excited about heading toward Baylor in radiology. So congratulations, Chandler.
And Dr. Gomelski will be presenting 2 awards, the Robert G. Womack Memorial Urology Award and the Eugene C. St. Martin Memorial Urology Award. Dr. Gomelski.
Sorry, got to get my stuff in order here. All right, well, welcome everybody, and again, I'm very humbled to be in your presence, such incredible achievement, and can't wait to see what y'all do in the future. And as Dr. White said, I would like to congratulate the parents and the families, because this is as much your achievement as it is theirs. I have 2 awards to present from the Department of Urology. There will be a nice, handsome plaque, and instead of a check, we'll be given a crisp high five. Just kidding. There is a check, so didn't want to stand out too badly. We'll start out with the Robert K. Womack Memorial Award. Dr. Womack was a noted clinician and educator in this region, and he helped establish our residency program in 1947 and was one of the initial chairs of the program as well. And it's given to a 4th-year medical student who exemplifies excellence during their time in the urology rotation and going forward in research and in their participation in departmental activities. And we believe that Dr. Womack would be very proud and would have approved of our choice. We think that he nicely fits the ideals that Dr. Womack set forth, and we're very proud of him as he goes forward to begin his urology residency at University of South Florida in Tampa. And so I want to call up and congratulate Dr. Zach Conley. Our second award is the Eugene St. Martin Memorial Urology Award, and this is given in honor of Dr. Eugene St. Martin. He practiced urology here in the area for over 40 years, and actually even into his 90s would still come to conference and give his input on cases. So he stayed involved right up until his death a few years ago. And so he was a founding member of the LSU Shreveport Medical School, the LSU Health Sciences Foundation, the Louisiana Urological Society, and the Northwest Urological Society. So Gene was kind of at the forefront of it all many, many years ago. This award is also given to a 4th-year medical student who exemplifies excellence in their performance, not only on the rotation, but just excellence in all facets of medical school. And again, we also believe Dr. St. Martin would be extremely proud of the recipient of this award. She's an outstanding graduate of this class and is going to begin her residency also in Florida at University of Florida in Gainesville, and we're very proud of her going forward and representing us there. So please join me in congratulating this year's winner of the Eugene St. Martin Award, Ann Stolzel.
Okay, we are now moving to Student Affairs Awards. We will start with Dr. Morris, there you are, who will be presenting the J.M. Marion, M.D. Compassion and Spirit of Osler Award.
It is indeed my distinct honor and privilege to be the presenter of the J.M. Marion Compassion and Spirit of Osler Award. This award is intended to recognize a graduating medical student who best embodies the qualities exemplified by Dr. J. Marion, specifically superb personal interaction, compassion, and the overarching effort to ensure hope and dignity to patients at their most vulnerable times and their families. As Dr. Marion is also an expositor of the ideals of Sir William Osler, the award also encapsulates those qualities exhibited by the writings of Osler. These qualities are exhibited by the following statements. Dr. Osler was a humanist who emphasized compassion for the individual, a doctor whose bedside skills and manner were emulated by admirers and students, and an educator whose concepts revolutionized clinical teaching. So as you can see, in many aspects, Dr. Marion and Dr. Osler were the same. The award is a bit different than some of the other awards. It does have a monetary component to it of $1,000, but it also includes a copy of 2 books so that the student can learn the writings of Sir William Osler, his quotable quotes, and Osler's bedside library. The recipient will also be given access to Dr. Marion's last lecture for Grand Rounds on navigating difficult conversations, which is a master class in the interaction with students and to serve as a reference for the student in the future. The donors for this award are Dick and Nancy Jane Seal. I have not seen them in the auditorium yet, but they are the generous donors for this award. I'd also like to personally send greetings from Dr. Marion and congratulations to all the students, especially to this recipient, as I spoke to him last night on the phone. And he is watching the live stream from his home in Kansas at this time. So the recipient. The recipient is a person who has been involved in Camp Tiger, the COVID strike team, and donation drives. They are also a member of the Gold Humanism Honor Society and Alpha Omega Alpha. They have pursued a degree at Louisiana Tech University, which is a Bachelor of Science in Biology, and then pursued a Master of Medical Science degree from Mississippi College, and then were subsequently admitted to the class for the LSU School of Medicine. They were raised in Bossier City, and we have met this recipient. This recipient is also going to pursue a career in pediatrics at the University of Alabama in Birmingham. It is my distinct pleasure to present this award to Meredith Nelson.
At this time, Dr. Chandler will be presenting the Lewis Gottlieb Scholar Award. Dr. Chandler?
Good afternoon, and I just want to say how proud I am to be with you today. I welcomed you 4 years ago, and you were the freshman, the group that I really welcome and close to my heart. And today, witnessing your graduation is really emotional for me. So the Lewis Gottlieb Scholar Award is given every year to a senior medical student who clearly manifests by compassion and devotion to patients the ideals of Edgar Hall, the first dean of Louisiana State University Shreveport School of Medicine. This award consists of a plaque and a check of $500. This recipient is from Metairie, Louisiana. As a medical student, she has worked as a member of the COVID-19 response team by testing nursing home residents and staff and providing vaccines for the community. As a vice president of the anesthesiology interest group, she chaired her interest in anesthesia with underclassmen by hosting interactive workshops. She also served as both president and vice president of the Lifestyle Medicine Interest Group, which opened the door to various volunteer opportunities with Weisweiler Cancer Center and MLK Health Care Center. Additionally, she worked as chair of fundraising and chair of the Wednesday Walks for the first annual LSUHS Cancer Survivorship Walkathon. She's thankful for each of these opportunities during medical school, as it allowed to share her passions with others and support Shreveport community. She couple matched with her husband and will join our dear LSU Health Anesthesiology Residency Program. This year's recipient is Catherine Johnson.
At this time, I'll call on Lisa Babin. She'll be presenting 2 awards. One of them is the last in the category. We're going to bump her up. She'll be presenting the Reed Chadwick Memorial Award and the Student Yearbook Award. Ms. Babin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm already feeling sad about not seeing all of your smiling faces in this 4th-year class after today. So we are treasuring seeing your smiling faces here on campus one last time. And you can come back and see me when you're visiting. It is my honor today to present the Dr. Reed Chadwick Memorial Award on behalf of Reed's family. The purpose of this award is twofold: to honor the memory of Reed Chadwick, who's a 4th-year medical student when he passed away in 2017. The second purpose is to create recognition and support students who demonstrate an interest in addressing addiction through research, awareness, and pursuing advanced knowledge in addiction medicine. Reed, unfortunately, became a statistic of the opioid epidemic after unintentionally becoming addicted to prescription drugs when he had his wisdom teeth out. He voluntarily completed a very stringent addiction program, and for the next 7 years never had a relapse until a fateful day in 2017. Reed's parents chose to take their immense grief after his death and turn it into a positive by creating this award to recognize those whose efforts will positively impact the opioid epidemic. The 2023 recipient of the Dr. Reed Chadwick Memorial Award is a native of Metairie and graduated from LSU Baton Rouge, where she graduated summa cum laude. She was active at LSU on the executive board for SGA and her sorority, all while working as a medical scribe and an EKG technician. This individual continued to excel academically during medical school, again making time to volunteer and lead numerous social, fundraising, and academic events and causes. She is a member of the Goal Humanism and Alpha Omega Honor Society and will become the first physician in her family. Our recipient is a published researcher who authored several projects to include a retrospective chart on the association between addiction and cardiovascular disease. Her interest in addiction medicine resulted from a lifelong front row seat of an extended family member who struggled with addiction. Drawing from her experience of that family member's highs and lows, the recipient made it a priority to always connect with her patients on a deeper level, understanding that their pain may go far deeper than what is presented physically. Our recipient hopes to positively impact future medical students' knowledge of addiction through suggesting that a medical core competency focusing on substance use disorder prevention be included in future curriculums. The academic achievements, leadership skills, and commitment to service and to better others makes Catherine Lohr a most deserving recipient of the 2023 Dr. Reed Chadwick Award recipient. And while it is never the amount of the award that matters most, I would be remiss if I did not share on behalf of Reed's family that due to the fact they do not award, this award is not made each year, only if they feel there is a deserving recipient. So that little pot of money has grown, and Ms. Catherine will be receiving a $10,000 check today. The second award I'll be presenting today is the Yearbook Award. As the Director of Communication, we think it's very important that students have a memory of these very special years, and so this award falls within my department. This year we have 2 award winners who made significant contributions to make sure that their fellow students would have a tangible remembrance of this special time in their life. They have taken extra time to take photos, go to events they probably weren't that interested in to capture a photograph, and engage their peers in assisting and telling the story of their final year here at LSUHS Shreveport. Our first Yearbook Award winner is Avery Bryan Bingham, who was born and raised right here in Shreveport. She attended school right down the street at C.E. Byrd High School and went on to receive her bachelor's in biology at Louisiana Tech. It was during that time when she was serving as a scribe in the Ruston Emergency Department that she realized that medicine was the right career for her. Avery has been extremely active here at LSUHS Shreveport, serving as Vice President of Internal Relations for Go Bald, Muslo Society, Student Leader, Emergency Medicine, Interest Co-President, Student Body Vice President. She has been awarded membership in the Alpha Omega Honor Society. After graduation, as you've already heard from her previous award, she and her husband Joe will be moving to Greenville, South Carolina, where she will begin her residency medicine training in emergency medicine. Thank you and congratulations, Avery. We're presenting you with a $250 award with much more thanks than the check conveys. Our second award winner is Alexandra Allie Zarang, who hails from Lafayette. Allie majored in biological sciences at University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and too has been very active during her time here at LSUHS Shreveport, serving as a pre-med mentor, fundraising chair and counselor at Camp Tiger, director of Clays for Camp Tiger, MS4 Executive Council board member, and co-director of the inaugural Cancer Society Survivorship Walk, which just had its second successful walk last Saturday. This particular event replaced the Susan G. Komen Walk for Survivors. It went away, and guess who brought it back but students here in the LSUHS Shreveport School of Medicine. So thank you for all of those efforts. Allie will be spending the next 6 years in Chattanooga, completing a general surgery residency at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. She has already declared her intent to practice in South Louisiana, demonstrating her love and loyalty to her beloved home state. Please join me in congratulating Allie Zarang as the second recipient of the Yearbook Award. And right before Dr. Murphy comes back, as the communications director here, I'm asking you to please share your pictures today. Please share this joyous occasion, because many other students do not realize, or parents, what a fantastic school this is. You all have the benefit of that knowledge. So please share your great memories. I'll be looking for them on social media this weekend. Thank you.
I'll now call upon Dr. Self, who will be giving the Sheila Landcloss Memorial Award for Patient Care Excellence.
Sheila Landcloss was a loving wife to her husband Bryant and mother to her son Colby and daughter Cammie. She was a hardworking woman throughout her life, installing floors with her husband with the company they co-owned. all while being the world's best mom. She was the best friend and most dependable person anyone could ever ask for, and she supposedly holds the title for the best rice and gravy ever made on this earth. Sheila was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer in December of 2010. Over the next 10 and a half years, she battled cancer with chemo, surgery, and faith. During this time, she traveled the world with her closest friends and watched her kids start their own career and families. On June the 4th, 2021, she passed away at the age of 56. Sheila was always a firm believer that patients were their best advocates, but in that time when they were ill and most vulnerable, the healthcare providers were needed to help fill that role. She would frequently say that she did not worry about someone's class rank or board scores, but rather how they made her feel during the encounter. The Sheila Lane-Close Memorial Award for Patient Care Excellence will be presented to a graduating senior who displays the qualities that Sheila most admired in her physicians. The recipient should demonstrate a level of compassion that provides comfort to both patient and their families, and should also be able to recognize ways to improve the patient's functionality to allow for a better quality of life. This award will hopefully serve as a reminder to physicians throughout their practice to remember why they went into medicine, to help their patients succeed in every possible aspect. Let's congratulate again Ms. Hannah Logan. From one local Shreveport girl to another, I'm glad that you're going to be staying in our area, and Hannah's going to be doing med peds here at LSU Shreveport.
Hey, Dr. Hart, come on back. He's going to be giving the Dr. and Mrs. Adrian Reed Memorial Award. Dr. Hart?
Dr. and Mrs. Adrian Reed Award was established in 1988 in honor of Dr. Reed and his wife, who devoted themselves to the students here in this institution and to the entire institution. The students and faculty nominate the senior that's graduating that best emulates the traits of Dr. Reed, those of scientist, physician, teacher, and friend. He was an incredible man. He was the chair of the Department of Anatomy when I showed up in 1969. A wonderful man, and his wife was too. This year's recipient is David Okwampa. Hey, Dave, how'd I do on your name, huh? Did I do okay? Well, the nuns teach you phonics back in those days. But anyway, David is staying here, which is a wonderful thing, and to begin his residency in internal medicine. Congratulations. You got your stuff there?
Okay, at this time, we are moving to the LSU Health Shreveport Foundation Awards. I'll ask Dr. White to return, as he will be awarding the John C. McDonald, MD Award. Dr. White.
Hello again. I'd like to say that this award means a lot to me. But first, I'd like to recognize Dr. McDonald's daughter, Karen McDonald Larimore, and her husband, Terry, who trained is actually in our department now. So welcome, and thank you for coming today. Dr. McDonald meant a ton to me. I came back from the University of Missouri My dad was ill with colon cancer, and he accepted me as a third-year resident into a very difficult residency program, and I was happy to come back. But I was a med student during his first liver transplant here in Shreveport. He basically revolutionized single-handedly organ transplantation in North Louisiana. Had a huge impact. I went into cardiac transplantation because of him and practiced transplantation for 20 years. So he means a ton. I have a hard time not getting emotional talking about Dr. McDonald. But the LSU Health Science Foundation established this award in memory of Dr. McDonald. He was our institution's first independent chancellor and longtime chairman for the Department of Surgery in LSU Health. This award is given to a senior medical student who best exemplified some of his great qualities that he exhibited while he was here for decades. And that includes scholarship, leadership, humanitarianism. He was a great researcher and led us into research endeavors we never thought we could do. He was also a great friend to a lot of us. This year's recipient is Taylor Johnson. Taylor is from Covington, Louisiana, and graduated from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and a bachelor's degree in biology. Taylor will continue her medical training as a pediatric resident at the Medical University in South Carolina in Charleston. She hopes to specialize within pediatrics and would love to work at an academic institution. Her main careers and interests are NICU, medical education, and advocacy. She looks forward to exploring Charleston culinary scene with her husband, Jonathan, so congratulations. Oh, yes, absolutely.
He's already coming down. So I'll call on Mr. Flood. Kevin Flood, who will be giving the Drs. Alice and Joe Holobeck LSU Founder Award, the Ascension Delgado Smith Excellence Award, the Don and Ruby Horton Generosity of Spirit Award. Mr. Flood.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. All right, just real quick, just a quick comment. Congratulations to everyone in this room. You're obviously the best when it comes to our medical students. And I also just want to make a quick comment. So the foundation is in charge of the alumni relations for the school. So we're having our reunion tonight. And so I just want to welcome you, starting tomorrow, to join over 4,000 other medical school graduates from this institution. This is a special year because we're celebrating the 50th class that we are graduating, which is pretty awesome. And so Tim Hart was here earlier. We're going to have members of his class will be with us tonight. They'll be with you tomorrow. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity to celebrate 50 years of excellence in producing fantastic physicians. So congratulations to all of you. My first award is the Drs. Alice and Joe Holobeck LSU Medical School Founders Award. This award was established in 2009 by the children of local internal medicine physicians, Dr. Alice and Joe Holobeck. Drs. Alice and Joe were leaders in the movement in the late 1950s and 60s to start a medical school in Shreveport. We're lucky to have their daughter, Martha Fitzgerald, here with us in the audience. And if I could ask Martha to come on up to the stage and help me with the presentation. Martha was a long time serving member of the LSU Health Foundation Board and led the efforts to start this award in memory of her parents, and how fitting we're giving it out this year, 50 years after the first graduating class. This award recognizes a senior student who, in addition to exhibiting excellent diagnostic and treatment skills in primary care, practices a high degree of both ethical and spiritual care for patients. This year's Holobeck Award recipient is Kendall Barrett Lewis. Let me just say a couple of comments about Kendall that I think is pretty awesome. Kendall gained an appreciation for the importance of community, kindness, respect, empathy, and integrity at his grandmother's home, which the community called the Mission. These values and morals have guided Kendall to use his aptitude for medicine to serve under-resourced communities and address health disparities. Prior to medical school, Kendall worked as a medical assistant in New Orleans, where he witnessed firsthand the importance of family medicine in keeping communities healthy and educated. Kendall will continue his medical training as a family medicine resident at John Peter Smith Hospital in Fort Worth. Kendall is thankful for his supportive parents, Teresa and Kevin Lewis. Congratulations, Kendall. All right, thanks. Thanks, Martha. Next up is the Ascension Delgado Smith Excellence Award, which was established by Mrs. Smith in 2008. The combination of her lifelong devotion to education, coupled with her appreciation and efforts to strengthen the LSU Health Shreveport, is what motivated her to create this award. And just another quick comment. I think if Ascension was here, which she couldn't be here today, but she still lives here in Shreveport. She was the founding principal of Caddo Magnet High School, which I'm sure some of our students attended. If Ascension could have named this award after someone else, it'd be that gentleman right there, that painting of Dr. Ike Muslow. Ike Muslow was a dear friend of hers, and she speaks of him very highly. Dr. Muslow was dean for many years of this school, as well as vice chancellor, and we'll be giving out an award in his memory in just a moment. But this award is given to a senior medical student who ranks in the top 50% of the class and is known for demonstrating integrity and ethics in their scholastic and personal endeavors. This year's Ascension Smith Award recipient is Catherine Russo. Real quick about Catherine, she's a native of Shreveport and completed her undergraduate degree at Texas A&M. We won't hold that against her, that's okay. During medical school, she was involved in a variety of organizations, including Go Bald, Science Matters, the Exec Council's Mental Health Awareness, AOA, and GHHS. I love this. At a recent crawfish boil of graduating medical students, Catherine was named, you remember this, Catherine? Okay. Most likely to be the nicest surgeon you'll ever meet. She'll continue her training as a general surgery resident at Emory University. Congratulations, Catherine. Okay, our last award, and I failed to mention, obviously they're receiving a plaque, and there's also a check involved with it as well, so we don't make them come for nothing. So last up is the Don and Ruby Horton Generosity of Spirit Award. This award was established by Mr. and Mrs. Horton to recognize a student who exhibits leadership, generosity, and philanthropic spirit through volunteer service, in addition to actively seeking learning opportunities above school requirements. Mr. Horton was a long-time serving board member of ours and a well-known and respected community leader who passed away a couple of years ago. This year's Don and Ruby Horton Generosity of Spirit Award goes to Sarah Bertrand. Sarah is a Louisiana native and a proud alumna of Xavier University. During her time in medical school, she has been involved in several academic and service organizations such as Area Health Education Center, Support for Humanitarian Intercontinental Projects, and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Sarah is thrilled to begin her residency in family medicine at Cahaba UAB in Birmingham, Alabama. Following residency, Ms. Bertrand plans to pursue a fellowship in addiction medicine, awesome, and hopes to emphasize the importance of integrating behavioral health care into the primary care setting. Congratulations, Sarah.
Okay, I'll call on now Dean Lewis, and he will be awarding the Ike Muslow, MD Visionary Award and the Aaron Selber Jr. Leadership Award. Dr. Lewis.
Well, good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well. This is always a special weekend for us. I'm going to spend just a minute thanking some people. There are some people here that work tirelessly behind the scenes to make this weekend very special for everybody. And that includes this event, but it also includes what you're going to see tomorrow. And I will promise you, these people have worked night and day for a long time to make this possible, and that is the Office of Student Affairs. So I want to give it up for these folks. They have done a fabulous job. Thank you for what you guys do. All right, so I don't like to go on script. That's it always makes them nervous on on graduation day because I never know where I'm going. So the first award I'm going to give out is Ike Muslow Award, and I think Dr. White said it best. He was walking out the door, and I was walking around, and he said, "We've been here a long time." So we know all these folks, and there's some pretty incredible people. Dr. Muslow his portrait was painted right here. He was a mainstay at this institution and really set the standard, quite honestly, from the get-go. He was an internist by training, and a great diagnostician. And he was a doctor's doctor, would be the way I would describe Dr. Muslow. He was the dean multiple times here at this institution, and when we were connected to LSU New Orleans, he became the vice chancellor and ran this health science center for a long time. So this award goes to somebody that's going into internal medicine who has great bedside manner and really exemplifies the doctor-patient relationship. And McKaylee Szilard was selected. McKaylee? So McKaylee got interested early on in internal medicine. She volunteered and she took care of geriatric patients. McKaylee has been very active here at LSU. She's ultimately going on to do an internal medicine residency at Baylor University Medical Center in Dallas. She ultimately hopes to either go into geriatric medicine, palliative care, Dr. Self, you may want to talk to her, or oncology. Congratulations, McKaylee. The next award is the Aaron Selber Leadership Award, and the Selbers were a mainstay of philanthropy here in North Louisiana for many, many years. They had stores, but they shared their wealth, quite honestly, and some people have been named that were very key to us getting a medical school in North Louisiana, and this particular family was one of those. And so this year's recipient, we got to get the other brother up here, Kyle Lewis. So Kyle, as you heard, grew up in Slidell. He got very interested in underserved communities, working in an urgent care center with Kendall, and that passion is carried on, and he's also going to John Peter Smith. You guys can't get them to, they're going to stick together, huh? In family medicine, and congratulations.
She's already coming up. This award, these are LSU Health Shreveport Awards. These are our last two awards. I would ask for Dr. Pagitis, Kelly Pagitis, to come up, and she will announce the Faculty Award for Academic Achievement. Dr. Pagitis.
Thank you, everyone. And I think these are two wonderful special awards. First, I want to thank everybody for sitting here for so long. I know we're almost done. I wanted to all the graduates, congratulations. I mean, you did it. And all the people around you that supported you, please don't forget, because we don't get where we get just alone, and remember that in life. All our support systems are what we thrive for, and to be able to pay it forward. These two awards, and the first one I'll be sharing with is the individual who's achieved high academic excellence throughout their medical school career. And for all of you to know, to be able to be consistently a great academician, to be top of your class is really an amazing journey. And for that, I'm going to welcome Carol Crochet to come to the podium. And as Carol comes up, she's been waiting patiently. In fact, I was sitting right behind her. I'm like, oh my God, I can't say her name before she comes up to the podium. Just a few things about Carol that we really need to know. She was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She's an accomplished U.S. gymnastic champion. She's earned gold medals and multiple national champions and internationally. She retired from gymnastics and received her Bachelor of Science degree, earning university medals and summa cum laude in May 2019 from LSU. She then joined the medical school in 2019, and we were so lucky to have her, and immediately immersed herself in both academics, research, and leadership. Throughout her 4 years at the medical school, she gifted her talent of scholarship and academics to all of her fellow graduates and undergraduates, and for that we're completely honored. She's completely passionate about giving back the gift of knowledge to all of her classmates. She served on the Student Education Advances Mentorship Program and helped our students achieve accomplishments in standardized testing, as well as she was the Student Advisory Group on Evaluation, the Sage Honor Society, and served as a secretary the past year. Carol also has a large passion for global health, and she recently had a trip in February 2013 in Roatan, Honduras. Carol's going to be leaving us, but she's going to go on and come back, she promises us. When she graduates, she will begin her residency in general surgery at the University of Oklahoma in Oklahoma City, hoping and we know she'll be an amazing pediatric surgeon. So Carol, thank you for being part of our schools, and congratulations.
Okay, so I'm going to give out the Chancellor's Award today. And so this particular individual has the highest GPA. This individual has been very active throughout their medical school career, and the list of accomplishments is very, very, very impressive. And so Andy Fontenot, could you come up? Thank you.
Thank you to all the awardees, to the parents. It's going to be a great weekend. Students, we will see you very shortly at rehearsal, and then on to Eastridge later, and we'll see you in the morning at 10 o'clock at graduation. Thank you so much.